Alright guys, welcome back to Urge. We're doing a special video here for the new Tasha's Cauldron of Everything book. We're going to go over all 11 of the brand new magical tattoos. Pretty cool little magic items on here. So we got a couple things to cover before we go into each of them individually. First up is the attunement, so let Alex explain that.
Right. So, tattoo attunement. To attune to this item, you hold the needle to your skin where you want the tattoo appear, pressing the needle there throughout the attunement process. The attunement is complete, the needle turns into the ink that becomes the tattoo which appears on your skin. If your attunement to the tattoo ends, the tattoo vanishes and the needle reappears in your space.
Then the other thing to take into consideration with the magical tattoos is the actual tattoo coverage.
Right.
So depending on the rarity of the tattoo, it's going to cover a different amount of area on your body. So the common rarity are going to be one hand or foot or a quarter of a limb. The uncommon rarity is half a limb or the scalp. The rare is one limb. The very rare is 2 limbs or the chest or upper back. And the legendary tattoo is 2 limbs and the torso. So all of those are the prerequisites about the tattoos. So we're going to jump into the actual tattoos now. So Alex will start.
First one is Illuminators tattoo. It is a common tattoo. It's a magical scribing. While this tattoo is on your skin, you can write with your fingertip as if it were an ink pen and the ink never runs out. It's an action you can touch a piece of writing up to 1 page in length and speak a creature's name. The writing becomes invisible to everyone other than you and the named creature for the next 24 hours. Either of you can dismiss the invisibility by touching the script. No action required. Once used, the action can't be used again until the next dawn. So, magically writing hidden messages.
Yes, very flavorful RP indeed on here. The next tattoo on here is the Masquerade tattoo. It is also common. It has 2 features to it. First is fluid ink. As a bonus action, you can shape the tattoo into any color or pattern and move it onto any area of your skin. Whatever form it takes, it is always obviously a tattoo. It can range in size from no smaller than a copper piece to an intricate work of art that covers all your skin. So this is one of the exceptions to the coverage area amount.
Right.
And also, the second ability is Disguise Self. As an action, you can use the tattoo to cast Disguise Self with a spell DC of 13 to discern the disguise. Once the spell is cast from the tattoo, it can't be cast from the tattoo again until the next dawn. So definitely more on the RP side. It definitely makes sense being a Masquerade tattoo that you can manipulate the tattoo itself and also cast Disguise Self.
Next up is a spell rot tattoo, which actually does not require attunement.
Yes, the first 2 did.
Yes. So this one, as far as the rarity, it varies based on the level of spell you inscribe on yourself. Produced by a special needle and magic, tattoo contains a single spell of up to 5th level wrought on your skin by a magic needle. To use the tattoo, you must hold the needle against your skin and speak the command word. The needle turns into an ink that becomes a tattoo, which appears on your skin whatever design you like. Once a tattoo is there, you can cast the spell requiring no material components. Tattoo glows faintly while you cast the spell for the spell's duration. Once the spell ends, tattoo vanishes from your skin.
It's a one use.
Yeah, it's a one-off. The level of spell and the tattoo determines the spell's saving throw, saving throw DC, attack bonus, and spellcasting modifier, which will put the table up there just so it's easier to see. But basically, it shows you that, pending from cantrip all the way up to level 5, the spellcasting modifier, the DC, and the attack bonus all scale up with the power of the spell.
Right. I think one interesting thing to make a comment on here is it's very similar to a spell scroll, but it doesn't have any specification on having to be a caster to cast it. So you can have any class, it sounds like, this tattoo can be able to cast whatever spell is in it.
Yeah.
Next tattoo is the Barrier tattoo, which does require attunement. And then while you aren't wearing armor, the tattoo grants you an armor class depending on the tattoo's rarity. As shown below, I'll put the table up on here. You can use a shield and still gain this benefit. So you basically are going to be unarmored, but you're going to have a set armor value based on the rarity. An uncommon is going to be 12 plus your dex mod. Rare version is 15 plus your dex mod, maximum of 2. And very rare is an 18. So you just set your AC to 18 without wearing any armor. So interesting. Though it does require attunement.
I smell wizard and sorcerer.
Immediately. No, it does use attunement, so you gotta be a little. I feel like casters like to use lots of attunement slots, but not always get that opportunity.
Next up is the Coiling Grass tattoo, which is uncommon rarity that requires attunement, to get that out correctly. And give the ability of grasping tendrils while the tattoo is on your skin. You can, as an action, cause the tattoo to exude into inky tendrils, which reach for a creature you can see within 15 feet. The creature must succeed on a DC 14 strength saving throw or take 3d6 force damage and be grappled. As an action, the creature can escape the grapple by succeeding on a DC 14 athletics or acrobatics check. Grapple also ends if you halt it, if you choose, or if the creature is more than 15 feet away from you, for whatever reason.
That's actually interesting because it gives you a 15-foot reach attack that if you can't get in reach of something, you just try to grapple it. I mean, 14's not that high of a grapple check, but, I mean, if you can't attack them otherwise,
might as
it's
well.
not the worst thing. The next tattoo is the Eldritch Claw tattoo, which is uncommon, requires attunement. With this one, it has two abilities to it. First is magical strikes. While the tattoo is on your skin, your unarmed strikes are considered magical for the purposes of overcoming immunity and resistances to non-magical attacks, and you gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls with unarmed strikes. First thought is monks.
Yeah.
Second thought, beast barbarian.
Boy!
Extra dirty. Alright, then the second ability is Eldritch Maul. As a bonus action, you can empower the tattoo for 1 minute. For the duration, each of your melee weapon attacks can reach a target up to 30 feet away from you. Woo! As tendrils of ink launch from your weapon or unarmed strike toward the target. In addition, your melee weapon attacks deal an extra 1d6 force damage on hit. Once used, this bonus action can't be used again until the next dawn.
Boy!
I love
Reach! 30 feet reach!
So great.
Get out and get your bad touch.
Who needs Sun Soul Monk when you got this tattoo? You know? It defeats the whole purpose of the subclass.
For real.
Oh man, love that one. It's great.
Again, I think of any martial class that struggles with range would love to have that thing just to be able to hit things that you can't normally reach. Next thing up is Shadowfell Brand tattoo. Is rare and requires attunement. Gives you two different features. Shadow Essence, which gives you dark vision of 60 feet. And gives you advantage on stealth checks. And then Shadowy Defense. When you take damage, you can use your reaction to become insubstantial for a moment, having the damage you take. And the reaction can't be used until the next sunset.
Uncanny dodge.
Yeah, one use of uncanny dodge, or it can work for anything too. It's just like you take damage. So even fireball is like, so touch of death, like half damage. We got half damage. It's that.
I think that's pretty solid. Solid. Then the next one we have is Absorbing Tattoo, which is very rare, requiring attunement. Has two abilities to it as well. Damage resistance. While it's on your skin, you have resistance to the type of damage associated with the color as shown on the table below. The DM chooses the color or determines it randomly. So it's just going to be, green for acid, blue for cold, red for fire, white for force, yellow for lightning, black for necrotic, violet for poison, silver for psychic, gold for radiant, and orange for thunder. Not really orange for thunder. They got some of these colors for, but well. Then the second part of the ability is damage absorption. When you take damage of the chosen type, you can use your reaction to gain immunity against that instance of damage, and you regain the number of hit points equal to half the damage you would have taken. Once this reaction is used, can't be used until the next dawn. So fire is looking to be a very good. If you have a way to get a fire version, this could be great. Or, just straight up immune, like you get a dragon's breath or something. Woof. Just to get an instant immunity to that. That could be crazy.
For sure.
Very interesting.
Next up is the Ghost Step tattoo, which is rare and requires attunement. Gives you a ghostly form. The tattoo has 3 charges and regains all expended charges daily at dawn. As a bonus action, while tattoos on your skin, you can spend 1 of the tattoo's charges become incorporeal until the end of your next turn. For the duration, you gain the following benefits. You have resistance to BPS, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage from non-magical attacks. You can't be grappled or restrained. Can't be. Not advantage on.
Right.
No. You can move through creatures and solid objects as if they were terrain. If you're in your turn in a solid object, you take 1d10 force damage. The effect ends while you're inside a solid object. You are instead shunted to the nearest unoccupied space and take 1d10 force damage for every 5 feet traveled.
That's like the standard for being inside of things getting shunted out. Then we have the Lifewell tattoo, which is a very rare, requiring attunement. 2 things on here, very simple. you have resistance to necrotic damage, and when you would be reduced to 0 hit points, you drop to 1 hit point instead. Once used, this feature can't be used again until next dawn. So you get a free
Death ward.
Yeah.
it's death ward.
Yeah, you just saved.
And finally, the lone legendary tattoo listed in the book, the Blood Fury tattoo, does require attunement. Obviously, it's legendary. It gives you bloodthirsty strikes. Tattoo has 10 charges, and it regains all expended charges daily at dawn. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend a charge to deal an extra 4d6 necrotic damage to the target and regain a number of hit points equal to the necrotic damage dealt. When a creature you can see damages you, you can spend a charge and use your reaction to make a melee attack against that creature with advantage on your attack roll.
Great. I love the 46. It's actually pretty crazy because you get the necrotic damage 46, but then the healing is where it's at. 46 healing, because usually it's like half of that.
And again, this is the important thing to think about. Is I just realized this. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, crit confirm that sucker.
Ooh.
Numb.
Dirty.
So okay, I've only got two charges left. Yeah.
Oh,
Nat 20. DM, can I use a charge, please? Yeah. Crit confirm dealing an extra 8d6 in which you heal the damage as well.
Glorious.
Yes. Approved!
Yes. Yeah, they're definitely legendary on there. That's
there's a reason for that.
There's a couple on here that I think are actually really cool.
Yeah,
they're all like super interesting.
Sure.
Because they're not like, you have some RP ones for sure where you're like being able to disguise self and kind of change the appearance on things and being able to maybe shift around, avoiding damage. I mean, there's definitely interesting things, a little bit more unique.
Well, it's a very interesting way to get there's some actual class and subclass abilities into lets other people use them. Letting a barbarian or a fighter cast a spell they wouldn't be able normally to through a tattoo. It's a great flavor way to add in, give some reach to some classes that normally couldn't do stuff.
Yeah.
How else is I'm thinking of a good example besides going back to barbarian. How else is a barbarian going to go you can't touch me and will travel through stuff?
Right.
He's not. It's a barbarian.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. So definitely some really cool tattoos on here. I'm sure we'll probably see more of these in the future. Maybe. I would hope so.
Could you imagine a paladin crit confirming a smite plus this?
It's so gross, man. There's so much damage.
It's going to be so
much.
That's a lot of damage.
Damn. Yeah.
Flex tape's not going to fix that.
Right. And even some of the stuff where you're getting reach and being able to even it's not crazy, but a lot of these aren't crazy.
Except for that one.
Oh yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That's crazy.
But it's legendary, so it gotta be crazy, right? But I mean, setting your AC to a certain amount is interesting. I mean, the Coiling grasp and Eldritch Claw tattoos too, where you're dealing these range attacks, being able to shoot ink. That's so cool. I love that one. That one's so cool, man. Just
they're all flavored inky tendrils because it's all tattoos.
All the Sun Soul monks just kind of did a big sigh right there, that's what was cool about my Sun Soul.
Yeah, I got to play the mid-range thing that nobody else is going to do.
But it is only for a minute or for days. It is pretty cool. But a lot of these are really interesting, really cool.
We're looking forward to seeing more of these in the future.
Yes, definitely. And when they come out, we'll definitely let you guys know. We'll go over all of them again because I really enjoy going over these kind of things.
Next one shot we do, these are gonna happen. These are gonna be.
There's gonna be some guys every person. One guy is just a specialized tattoo artist, and everyone in the party's got 3, all of their attunement slots just tattoos.
Just tattoos. Yeah,
definitely.
The ink game.
Yes, that'll actually be really cool too. And throwing your campaign, just a magical ink artist. Throwing some of these on here because it has the rules for gold cost for these rarities, so you can just charge your characters a ton of money. You're like, oh, you want to get that tattoo? You can get it, but it's going to cost.
It's going to cost you.
So yeah, there's definitely some cool ways to incorporate it into campaigns for sure. But that's going to wrap it up for this one today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to subscribe, hit the bell notification so all of our new videos are coming out. And when we do our next giveaway, you'll be ahead of the curve on there. And let us know down in the comments below what else you want to see from Tasha's Cauldron and everything. What you think about the magical tattoos. If you had one of these, which one would you pick? And
outside the legendary one, that's cheap.
I mean, that one's crazy.
Pick another one that you
So let us know down below what you guys think. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.